The lights inside the arena hum with that familiar pre-fight electricity, the kind that settles into your chest before a heavyweight bout even begins. This is one of those British boxing hotbeds where the crowd doesn't need warming up, where every punch is felt collectively, where history feels close enough to touch. On nights like this, anticipation hangs thick in the air, because everyone in attendance understands the unspoken promise of heavyweight boxing. Something decisive is coming, something final. And tonight, all eyes are fixed on a man still in the earliest stages of his professional journey, but already carrying the weight of expectation that most fighters never experience at any point in their careers. Anthony Joshua makes his way toward the ring from the blue corner, black trunks trimmed with gold catching the lights as the announcer's voice rises. The numbers alone are enough to quiet the room for a moment. 17 stone, 1 pound, 11 ounces, 6 professional contests, 6 victories, 6 knockouts. Not one opponent has heard the final bell. But it isn't just the record that commands attention. It's the resume that precedes it. 2-time ABA champion, Olympic gold medalist in 2012, a fighter already decorated, already celebrated, already spoken about as if his future has been pre-written. The crowd roars as his name is called, and there is no mistaking the reaction. This is not curiosity anymore. This is belief. Across the ring stands Matt Skelton, the Bedford Bear, a veteran presence with a far different story etched into his face. At 47 years old, Skelton is not here to play the role of a mystery opponent. His career is well documented, his battles known. He has been in with men who can punch, men who can pressure, men who can end nights early. Losses to David Price and Danny McDermott still sit in recent memory. But Skelton is not a man built on self-doubt. He carries a martial arts background, kickboxing at its core, and the kind of toughness that doesn't disappear simply because time has moved on. He has been brought in, many assume, to test Joshua physically, to lean on him, to see if the young star can handle the kind of rough, awkward resistance that doesn't show up on highlight reels. When the referee calls them together, there is no friendly exchange. Skelton doesn't touch gloves, and Joshua doesn't react. Instead, he stares straight through him, calm and unmoved. It's a subtle moment, but it says everything. There will be no intimidation here, no veteran tricks. The bell rings, and the fight begins with a low, rumbling tension of two heavyweights feeling each other out. From the opening seconds, Skelton does exactly what he promised. He comes forward. There is no hesitation, no attempt to box from the outside. He wants to close the distance, to bully, to smother. For years, that approach has been his identity. But Joshua meets him in the center of the ring and immediately sends a different message. He plants his feet and uses his size, physically moving Skelton backward, letting him know that the younger man is a governor here. This is not a prospect unsure of himself. This is a heavyweight who understands his physical advantages and isn't afraid to assert them. Joshua's jab becomes a story almost instantly. Long, sharp, and purposeful, it snaps out again and again, keeping Skelton at arm's length. This is not wild aggression. This is discipline. The jab disrupts Skelton's rhythm, stops him mid-step, and forces him to reset. Every time Skelton lowers his head, telegraphing that looping right hand he's known for, Joshua reads it. He sees it coming. He stays composed. Skelton throws punches. To his credit, he's not here to lie down. He swings heavy shots, hoping that one chaotic exchange might give him the opening he needs. A right hand sneaks through and briefly lands, drawing a reaction from the crowd. For a moment, there's noise, a flicker of excitement. But Joshua absorbs it without panic. He doesn't rush. He doesn't abandon the plan. Instead, he answers with authority, pushing Skelton back, reminding him that every gamble comes with consequences. There is something almost unsettling about Joshua's calm. He feints, he measures, he probes. When he lands cleanly, Skelton grins, almost laughing it off, but the smile carries a warning beneath it. That shot landed, and Joshua knows it. He continues to build, continuing to touch Skelton with the jab, occasionally whipping in a right hand that lands heavier each time. As the round wears on, Skelton begins to look clumsier, his movements just a fraction slower, his timing slightly off. Experience can only take you so far when your body no longer responds the way it once did. Just before the bell, Joshua catches him again, a sharp shot that lands cleanly as Skelton attempts to dance away. It's a reminder, punctuating the round, that this fight is moving in one direction. When they return to their corners, the contrast is clear. Joshua looks composed, breathing evenly, eyes focused. Skelton's corner is already talking urgently, trying to reinforce the reality of what he's facing. He's in with a man who is not just talented, but patient. The second round begins with the same intent, but now Joshua increases the pressure. He understands something important. Skelton is most dangerous when moving forward, when allowed to rumble and crowd. So Joshua doesn't let him. He pushes him back, controls the center of the ring, and strips away what little comfort Skelton has. Feints and parries dominate the early exchanges, Joshua disguising his intentions, forcing Skelton to react rather than initiate. Another right hand lands, heavier this time. Skelton takes it, but his legs tell a different story. They wobble, just slightly, enough for Joshua to recognize the opening. The jab spears through again, followed by a right over the top. The crowd senses it now. The noise rises, anticipation swelling with every punch. Joshua is no longer just touching Skelton. He's breaking him down. Skelton tries to answer, swinging wide, hoping that instinct and toughness might carry him through. But the timing is gone. The accuracy isn't there. Joshua slips inside, waits, measures, and then fires. The right hand lands perfectly, flush and devastating. Skelton goes down, the impact echoing through the arena. He rises at 9, but his body language tells the story before the referee even looks into his eyes. He's hurt, badly. With 35 seconds left in the round, Joshua doesn't rush. That might be the most impressive part. He takes his time, steps in deliberately, and lands again. Skelton stumbles, his punches disjointed, his defense unraveling. Another right hand crashes home, and this time there is no doubt. The referee steps in, seeing what everyone else sees. This is over. The stoppage comes at 33 seconds of the second round. 7 fights, 7 wins, 7 knockouts, all inside the scheduled distance. The pattern is becoming impossible to ignore. As Skelton leans against the ropes, there is no argument, no protest. He knows. He was on the way down, and the decision is the right one. The replays tell the same story. A glancing shot off the shoulder, followed by that short, brutal right hand that Joshua possesses. It isn't just power. It's precision. It's timing. It's the kind of punch that ends nights, careers, and narratives. The crowd in Liverpool erupts, fully behind the man they've come to see. Joshua raises his arms, soaking in the reaction, and it's clear that his popularity transcends geography. Wherever he goes, the fans follow. They believe in what they're seeing. Not just in knockouts, but the manner in which they're delivered. Calm, controlled, ruthless when necessary. In the aftermath, talk immediately turns to what comes next. There are whispers of Dublin, of tougher opponents, of men with durability who can extend beyond these early rounds. Names are mentioned, fighters who have gone 10 rounds with established heavyweights, men who can test stamina as much as power. Because that is the question now.